What would the level of concern be after another loss like today?
Well, we're disappointed that we lost the game. I thought it was a pretty competitive first period. I think we made some errors in the second period that led us to falling behind in the game, chasing the game. We made a really strong push in the third period, but when you spot a really good team that type of lead, it's tough to come back. 99 shot attempts, 50 on net, all that kind of stuff is, that's nice. But when you spot a good team, a lead like that, usually you don't end up on the right side of it.
The sense is that this is a good team and they'll figure it out and everything will be fine, but you also need to see it, and it's getting close to 10 games in. When do you start to worry that this might be who they are?
Well, I don't share your level of worry or concern, but our record is what our record is. I saw some good signs. I've seen some things in some players, improvement in players. I saw a team working very, very hard to try and make amends for falling behind, but ultimately we shot ourselves in the foot tonight. We're taking it one day at a time. We are taking it one game at a time, and we're looking to take a step here. If we'll carefully review this game, we'll go over every inch of it, and we're going to give our team something to help us improve heading into the next game. We're looking to win that next game and win a game here in the best building in the National Hockey League.
Jay, all the guys in the room were talking about how the Dallas Stars counterattack, the rush, was such a focal point of your out. What went awry in that regard tonight?
Well, I would say on our first goal, we ended up below the puck, and it was a misread on a pinch. It's a mistake, and we were made to pay. They had a 2-on-1, and they shot it in the net. The second goal, I would say that it was a puck management issue where at the end of a shift, we spent a few minutes in the offensive zone. We're trying to get a line change. We go to our backhand and we turn it over. Ends up in the back of our net on a quick up transition. Third one was a penalty kill off the rush. And the fourth one was, a rush that we'd like to play differently on the way back. That's what that team does. Is majority of their goals this year have come off the rush. In the end, we didn't do a good enough job, and they made us pay.
What goes through your mind as a coach when you put that emphasis on the game plan and the mistakes kind of?
Coaches are in it with our players. Nobody's trying to make a mistake. But in the end, the way it's going right now, when you're in the muck, kind of to Rob's question, when you're in the muck, those things end up in your net. We're going to take those learning moments and use them, but certainly we will pound on a lot of the positives in the game as well.
Jay, Sam Gagner got 2 goals in the third period. Did you think of playing a hunch and also playing him in the last minute or so?
I did, yeah. He was the next player up for us. We didn't get a whistle or an opportunity to change because we were in the offensive zone, but he was the next player up. And he played a very good game for us. I think it's a good lesson for some guys that haven't scored in a long time to see where Sam had his offensive success tonight, right around the blue paint. It's a credit to him. He played a good game, and yes, he was the next man up.
And when Brown got hurt, you're already only dressing 11 forwards, so you're basically...
We're only able to dress 11 forwards.
You're down to 10.
Yeah.
When he got dressed, that's a long way to play the game when you only have 10 forwards.
Yeah.
To jockey people around.
Yeah, well, I thought we moved people around pretty well, but essentially at that point it becomes a 3-line game. And, I think we got 6.5 minutes out of Brown, something like that. But at that point it becomes a 3-line game, and you're doing whatever you got to do to try and find a little chemistry, and we were able to find that in the third period, something to build on heading into tomorrow.
Jay, you talked about with your power play, it's not always how many, but sometimes when, time. And that second period, Bouchard, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 posts in one sequence. It's not like they're doing it wrong, but what do you need to see more from your power play to get that key goal to keep time?
Yeah, you nailed it. I think we hit either 2 crossbars and 1 post or 3 posts or, something along those lines. When you're rolling, those drop for you. When you're not rolling, they go off the bar and they're out. What do we have to do? I think there is another level to our execution. We talk in the coach's office. That's when your great whites kind of feed is at that time. And right now, it's not that it's been poor. It hasn't been poor, below average, or anything like that. It just hasn't been yet to our standard of execution. You mentioned the big moments. I thought that was a critical part of our game today. Was finding a goal on the power play when we're down 2-on-1. I thought that would have been huge for us. It didn't drop, and in the end, we lost by 1 goal today.
Connor Brown was off a face-off. It was a non-contact. It looked like he just took 2 steps. And what can you tell us about it?
I haven't gone back and dealt with the medical staff, but it looked muscular more than anything.